The Ancient Path of Discipline, a Divine Path sermon, before denominations, before institutions, before softened religion. There was discipline, there was obedience, there was a people who believed truth must be guarded, even if it isolated them. They withdrew from corruption, they fasted, they governed speech, they lived under order. These were the keepers of the ancient path. The Dead Sea Scrolls did not introduce a new faith. They preserved an old one, and that path did not disappear. It continued. Chapter 1. Obedience is the proof of faith. The Dead Sea Scrolls taught that emotion does not justify disobedience. Fear does not excuse deviation. Comfort does not override command. Righteousness was measured by action, not feeling. Orthodox scripture confirms this truth. If you love me, keep my commandments. John 14:15. Faith without obedience is not faith at all. So faith by itself, if it does not have works, is dead. James 2:17. The Quran speaks with the same authority. Obey Allah and obey the Messenger. Quran 4:59. Submission is not weakness, it is alignment. The divine path teaches this plainly. Love is proven by obedience. Chapter 2. Discipline, fasting, and mastery of the self. The Dead Sea community fasted not to feel holy, but to become disciplined. They restrained appetite. They governed speech. They trained the soul through denial. Orthodox scripture teaches fasting as spiritual warfare. When you fast, do not be like the hypocrites. Matthew 6:16. This kind does not go out except by prayer and fasting. Matthew 17:21. The Quran defines fasting as self-mastery. O you who believe, fasting is prescribed for you as it was prescribed for those before you, that you may attain discipline. Quran 2:183. Fasting is not symbolic, it is training. The divine path restores fasting as commanded discipline, not optional devotion. Chapter 3. Separation from corrupt authority. The writers of the Dead Sea Scrolls rejected the religious establishment of their time. They called the priesthood corrupt. They withdrew from compromised leadership. They chose obedience over access. Orthodox scripture echoes this rejection. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites. Matthew 23:13. False shepherds were warned against. From among yourselves men will rise up, speaking perverse things. Acts 20:30. The Quran delivers the same indictment. Woe to those who write the scripture with their own hands and then say, "This is from Allah." Quran 2:79. The divine path teaches, truth does not bow to institutions. Authority is valid only when obedient to God. Chapter 4. Moral absolutism, light and darkness. The Dead Sea Scrolls divide reality clearly. Truth and falsehood, light and darkness. No grey. Orthodox scripture confirms this separation. Enter by the narrow gate. Matthew 7:13. What fellowship has light with darkness? 2 Corinthians 6:14. The Quran declares the same certainty. Truth has come, and falsehood has vanished. Quran 17:81. There is no moral negotiation. The divine path rejects relativism. It teaches clarity. Chapter 5. Order, rank, and righteous community. The Dead Sea community lived under structure. Rank was earned through obedience. Discipline defined authority. Community was governed, not improvised. Orthodox scripture establishes order. Let all things be done decently and in order. 1 Corinthians 14:40. The Quran commands structured obedience. O you who believe, obey Allah, obey the Messenger, and those in authority among you. Quran 4:59. The divine path teaches, brotherhood without order collapses, authority without righteousness corrupts. Chapter 6. Judgment is real. The Dead Sea Scrolls do not teach universal salvation. They teach accountability. Orthodox scripture confirms this. For the Son of Man will come, and then he will reward each according to his works. Matthew 16:27. The Quran affirms precise justice. So whoever does an atom's weight of good will see it, and whoever does an atom's weight of evil will see it. Quran 99:7, 8. The divine path does not promise comfort, it promises justice. The path was never lost. The Dead Sea Scrolls prove this truth. Discipline existed before division. Obedience existed before denominations. Truth existed before institutions. Christianity preserved it. Islam restored it. The divine path reunites it. This is not a new road, it is the ancient path. Walk it with discipline. Walk it with obedience. Walk it without apology. This is the divine path.